All right, good morning, good afternoon, everybody. We have with us Meggan Abboud of Mood Remedies, and she's going to sit here and talk to us a little bit about her business. And so, Meggan, can you share with us a little bit about your business?
Sure. My husband and I, about a year ago, started a new CBD company. Like many others in the industry, who in the world would want to start a CBD company? It's like the Wild West. No defined regulations. Customers are getting spoofed by all these bad actors in the playing field. So, we had a real personal story about wanting to start this company because we'd had good experiences with CBD and what it was doing for us and our family, but bad experiences trying to find consistent products, consistent markets that we could go to. So, that's where we started, October 5th to be exact of last year. And, kind of the rest is history. We had some really great experiences in the beginning that kind of spurred us along the way. Great stories, personal experiences with our customers. And, so that's kind of where we are and what we're doing. And it's kind of exciting.
Awesome. Let's back up just a little bit. What is CBD and why is it important?
So CBD is a phytocannabinoid that comes from the hemp plant, and it is a wonderful natural product that only recently we've had a lot of scientific evidence showing the broad array of benefits that it can have for humans.
Mm-hmm.
So everything from brain health, heart health, kidney health, reproductive health. I mean, it goes on and on. In fact, in 2019, it was the most research subject. There were the most medical peer-reviewed papers done on CBD in 2019. Everyone is so curious about it. So, it's a natural product from the hemp plant.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. What are a couple of the kinds of people that have benefited from it? What's a couple of examples?
Well, so for me to really simplify, and you can get really deep and, into the eye-rolling territory very quickly. So we don't want to go there. But so for me, I just look at it very simply. There are two main factors that CBD is addressing for us at this point. One is inflammation. Mm-hmm. And, that is, has such broad implications. And then the second one is anxiety. Mm-hmm. So, and it's again, kind of bizarre, especially to be in this marketplace where it almost feels like a snake salesman, right? Mm-hmm. Snake potion, where it's gonna fix everything.
Yeah.
But if you think about what it helps with anxiety and inflammation, I mean, there's a lot of things that covers.
Yeah.
It helps people sleep at night.
Yeah.
Anxiety, I've seen it stop a panic attack dead in its tracks.
Awesome.
So there's just so many things that it will do. Headaches, menstrual cramps. I mean, these are all of our customers mm-hmm. that have come back to us. I have one customer who has an eye tumor, and the medical community, radiation, all sorts of things have worked for her or have not worked for her. And a girlfriend of mine said, "Why don't you try my friend's new stuff?" And she did. And she's come back, and it's the only thing working. And the medical community's like, "Hey, keep doing whatever you're doing. Keep doing it.
You're a lab rat anyway. Let's try it."
Exactly. And I love my story of my 88-year-old dad is my favorite, because I sent him some of our tester products in the beginning and said, "Hey, he's just, what can I say? My father, right? But he's had a hip replacement and 2 knee replacements, and he's just, the bionic man." And I said, "Well, why don't you try this on your knee?" And so, he calls me back, "No, it's not doing anything for me." And so I said, well, it doesn't work for everybody. Everybody's body is different, the way it reacts. So that's okay, but thanks for trying. So he calls me about a month later. He says, that stuff you sent me for my knee that didn't work? He says, I tried it on my trigger finger and it's healed my trigger finger. so I mean, it's fun.
Yeah.
We're really enjoying the kinds of things the feedback that we're getting from our customers, and and from our own family. I told you, I've got a daughter who has trouble sleeping at night. She gets lockjaw. Now she takes it before bed, no problem.
Awesome. So would it have potential for migraines?
It definitely has potential for migraines. Actually, a topical, people are using it topically, and they're ingesting
internally
for headaches.
That's interesting. That's very interesting. I know there's an awful lot of people that suffer from migraines, and that seems like it might be an interesting direction to try anyway.
Right, and we love the fact that there's an alternative to these heavy pharmaceuticals.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's obviously a place for everything, but I love that this natural product is coming online. I think it's going to change a lot.
All right, so from a business perspective, let's kind of deviate a little bit. We've kind of highlighted who are the potential users. What direction are you trying to go with for customers? Who are you selling it to? Are you selling it to private people? Or are you trying to sell it to resellers? Where are you going with the business?
Well, a couple of observations we've had with our particular product. My market segmentation has always been professional. I would like to go to people like me, right? Mm-hmm. Professional, educated people that are a little bit skeptical. Mm-hmm. Skeptical about the THC. Is this CBD stuff? What is it? Are you going to get euphoric? What's going to happen with this? And so I've always been
for brownies and that kind of stuff.
Yes. And so I've always been looking very specifically at a professional market, right? Mm-hmm. So somebody that's skeptical, but still might, there's a lot of people out there that suffer from anxiety disorders, mm-hmm. and, that have all sorts of things caused by inflammation. So we've been focused on that professional group. And we really we were at a place in our lives where we wanted to, change up a little bit and do something completely different. And so we kind of just jumped in with both feet. Mm-hmm. And but again, focused on that professional market. Awesome. People that were maybe not in the 20 to 30 somethings, but maybe a little bit more skeptical and a little less likely to jump into something like this. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of how we decided.
Why that group? What is it about that group that makes it interesting?
Well, frankly, I know about it.
Oh, okay.
I am it.
Fair.
Right? I mean, so I figure let's start marketing what I feel really comfortable. Yeah. And the people that I feel comfortable, I know about. Yeah. What makes me super skeptical. Yeah. And, that kind of thing. I came out of the defense industry where, mm-hmm. We were super conservative. And mm-hmm. so, I felt like we had something to say to some of those super conservative folks about, let's try it.
Okay. Awesome.
And then you asked me, let me go back to the, kind of, are we looking to do a personal approach, or are we looking for mass marketing? So our thought is, because of this product needing to be, personalized, and we find that more and more people are not selling, the resellers aren't selling it unless they're talking to the buyer. Mm-hmm. And somebody needs, like we're big into the chat boxes and all that kind of stuff online. People need to trust. They need a one-on-one relationship with us. Mm-hmm. To understand how much research we've done. We've spent years, looking into it, finding the best products, et cetera. And you don't get that by reading. You got to have a relationship.
Talk a little bit about that. You've done an awful lot of research into this product, where you can get it from, how it needs to be treated. Talk to us a little bit about that. That was quite an in-depth story.
Right. Well, so remember, we started by meeting to find the product for ourselves.
Mhm.
And so that just led us in a lot of loops. It is the
Mhm.
Wild West.
Mhm.
There's a lot of products out there that are phony.
Mhm.
And people walk into a CVS or on Amazon and they get a hemp lotion and they think, oh, this is it. I'm
Mhm.
going to get pain relief. And the truth is, it's made out of hemp seed oil,
Mhm.
which is very nutritious, but it's not going to do anything for your pain.
Mhm.
So you could eat it and
Mhm.
get some value. But we kind of found this Wild West out there, and so we just kind of kept going deeper and deeper and deeper. And we found that while a lot of places, including our home state of Virginia, a lot of people are interested in growing hemp. We live in a rural environment where a lot of people are talking about growing hemp. We're just not far enough advanced yet.
Mhm.
So that's what took us to Colorado, where
Mhm.
they've been in the lab for 10 years. They've got
Mhm.
a running head start on everybody.
Mhm.
And so we found that the products manufactured in Colorado were by far
Mhm.
we were most comfortable with. And again, I'm asking people to trust me, so I
Mhm.
have to be really comfortable with the manufacturers.
It's your name and your label on this stuff.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. And
Awesome.
I am a little bit of a control freak here in the beginning.
Mhm.
Like I said, I came from a very large company in the defense industry where I had hundreds of employees, and now we don't have any employees yet.
Mhm.
We're very new, and that's because I've got to have my hands on everything right now.
Mhm.
From like every entrepreneur, right? You got to have your hands on marketing, branding. Everything has to be about our vision.
Mhm.
So we're totally hands on, and
Awesome.
that's why we're going all over the place to find the right products.
Awesome. Awesome. Very good. Very good. All right, now let's switch directions a little bit. COVID-19. What's been the greatest impact on your business? COVID-19.
So yeah, I did mention that we started in October, right?
Yes.
So we launched and we were off and we were running, and the direction we wanted to go, which I think will make sense to folks when we talk about that personal relationship that we need.
Mhm.
So what we wanted to do is start with some small retailers,
Mhm.
somebody that was interested in having on something on their shelf that might bring interest to their customers. So kind of a value added product.
Mhm.
And we found some folks, and that grew. We had 12 resellers
Mhm.
that had our products on the shelves, and then COVID. And we were doing fun things like we were bringing everybody. We live on the top of a mountain, and so we were bringing everybody up to do educational programs. So we would educate all our resellers on, any questions they had, how they could answer, having them testing all the products, seeing our, uh, you know, uh, point of purchase displays, all that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
And COVID hit, and more than half of them literally shuttered their business.
Mm.
The other half was really focused on their service.
Mm.
So we had coffee shops that had our products, and they weren't really interested in focusing on the products,
Mhm.
their retail sales. They
They're
wanted to
just
get their
trying to
coffee.
survive.
Exactly. That's all, kind of rebounding now, which is
Mhm.
great. And we're glad we stayed very personal with all of them.
Mhm.
We have our products in some wineries and coffee shops, in nail salons, that
Mhm.
kind of thing. Just
Mhm.
and that again is my experimentation, really going to see, where does that work,
Test
and
and measure.
where are those customers, you know.
Yeah.
So while some of them shuttered, then we focused, obviously, this is, kind of Dr. Obvious, but we focused online.
Mhm.
And that's where for the last couple of months, we've really put a lot of resource is,
Good.
working on our SEO, which by the way was terrible
Mhm.
because we were focused on our resellers, right?
Mhm.
So where our website is now, obviously can continue to grow and get better.
Mhm.
But I like where that is now,
Mhm.
and we're just starting with that SEO and
Okay.
with social media. where all my kids do. I've got all grown children and they just roll their eyes at me every time I start talking about the social media aspects. So we've gotten some professional help, and so we're well on our way now with that.
Awesome. I'm going to go to this question about mistakes. We all make mistakes. We all have to learn from mistakes. And they say that smart people learn from their mistakes. But they say the really wise people learn from other people's mistakes.
Yeah.
Are there one or two mistakes you could share with us that we could learn from so that we can try not to make those mistakes?
Yeah. So as I pride myself in how personal things were with Jeff and I, then like what were we hoping to do, and how were we, what products were we looking for, etc. I may have gone a little overboard on that, because one thing that I thought people would be crazy about are cosmetic products. Right? So tell me I can get rid of the bags under my eyes and I am all in. But it turns out that really was, that just wasn't anything that people were super interested in. And so, but we quickly changed and, adjusted to that. And I was able to, I was kind of able to regroup and, suck it up and realize that not everybody is going to love my face products. And so we pivoted, that's all there is to it.
While you might be your customer, you are not the customer.
Exactly. Yeah. And I learned that.
Well, I think that's a very important aspect of things. We get so caught up sometimes in how we want things, but that isn't necessarily what the predominant customer wants. And so learning how to understand what it is the customer really wants and how to make sure you're providing that can be a really core issue here.
Well, and let me just say too, on the good news end, one thing we really learned from our branding was that we did a really good job on that part, right? Because one of our goals in the beginning, I knew that my customers were not going to be, my market segment is not the group that wants the marijuana leaf on their bottle, right? Or a tiger or a dragon, right? That's not our group. And so, and that's proven to be true. So where there's the good stuff and then there's the bad stuff. I mean, as everybody finds.
If you don't try it, you don't find out, do you?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Awesome. All right, second to last question. I got your email address, your website, your phone number. Anything we should add, like maybe an offer of some sort?
Oh, sure. We'll do a coupon for you guys. So why don't you send me what you think the coupon code should be, and we'll give any of your folks 20% off.
Awesome.
Yeah, all right. That's terrific.
All right. We'll create that.
Yeah, just create it and put 20 on the end, so we'll remember. So I'll remember.
You'll know what the number is. Fantastic. All right,
okay.
We'll do. All right, we'll do that. We'll do that right after this call.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much, Steve. It's been fun.
It has been fun. Awesome. Thank you very much, Meggan. I appreciate it.
You betcha. See you soon.
All right.